He was more powerful than Voldemort, more dangerous than any wizard in 1,000 years. And yet, when the Dark Lord came to question him, Gellert Grindelwald did not beg. He defied. But what truly happened to Grindelwald after his fall? Why did Voldemort seek him out, only to kill him alone, unarmed, and imprisoned? And most importantly, what secrets did Grindelwald take to his grave? This is the untold ending of Gellert Grindelwald. Gellert Grindelwald was not your average villain. He was a visionary, a revolutionary. To him, the wizarding world was shackled by fear, bound by muggles, and denied its rightful place as ruler. He didn't seek chaos like Voldemort. He sought control for the greater good. Expelled from Durmstrang at just 16 for dangerous experiments, he traveled to Godric's Hollow and met the only person who could match him intellectually, Albus Dumbledore. The two young men, brilliant and broken, dreamed of creating a new world, but the death of Dumbledore's sister shattered that dream, and Grindelwald vanished into shadow. He stole the Elder Wand, raised an army, conquered half of Europe. He built Nurmengard, a prison for his enemies, never knowing it would become his own tomb. While the Muggle world was ending a great war, the wizarding world prepared for its own reckoning. Dumbledore, now revered and feared, finally faced his former friend. Their duel, long whispered about, was not just a battle of spells, but a battle of ideals. It raged across cities, lightning, fire, blood, and finally, silence. Grindelwald, broken and defeated, was imprisoned in his own fortress. But unlike Voldemort, he never split his soul. He never made Horcruxes. He accepted defeat, and for decades he remained in silence. But he was not forgotten. Many years later, another dark wizard rose, Tom Riddle Voldemort. He believed Grindelwald still held the Elder Wand, the key to invincibility. And so Voldemort visited Nurmengard. There, an old man sat, thin, pale, worn by time. But his eyes still sharp, Voldemort demanded the location of the wand. Grindelwald laughed. He mocked Voldemort. "Kill me," he whispered, "but I will not help you desecrate what once belonged to a greater man." Spies not used to defiance. And so he cast the killing curse. Grindelwald died not as a monster, but as a man who had finally understood the price of ambition. On in death, he chose dignity. Grindelwald's refusal was no accident. He knew what Voldemort truly was, a parasite, a thief. He did not believe in the greater good, only in his own survival. And Grindelwald, for all his crimes, still loved Albus Dumbledore. He would not hand over the Elder Wand, because deep down he knew that wand would only answer to the one who defeated him. And that person was waiting. Dumbledore carried the weight of Grindelwald's rise and fall to the end of his life. He never forgave himself, not for the power, not for the duel, and not for the silence that followed. When Dumbledore died, he was the master of the Elder Wand, and perhaps Grindelwald knew it would end that way all along, that only Albus could be trusted to hold such power and not use it. In the end, Grindelwald met his fate not with screams, but with acceptance. He died alone, but not without redemption. Gellert Grindelwald was a monster, but even monsters can choose their ending. And in the moment of his death, he chose silence over power, dignity over fear, and truth over Voldemort, a final act of rebellion, or perhaps a quiet echo of remorse.